Welcome to our weekly player interview with one of our Bear seniors, none other than Michael Holyfield. Our interview is brought to you each week by Ed Cycle at 909 Key Street, your exclusive Yamaha dealer here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Remind you to see Gina staff as Christmas is coming up. Need to get things in the layaway and be ready for that special time of year. Michael Holyfield, tell us about yourself. What position you play? How big are you?
I am 6'4", 285 pounds. I'm an offensive guard, right guard, and I'm a senior this year at Bradley Central High School.
A senior this year, okay. And I've got to ask you this question. You know, with a name like Holyfield, everybody knows the big heavyweight wrestler. Are you kin to Evander Holyfield?
Distant.
Distant kin?
Very distant.
Well, if you can fight like him, I want to hire you to be my bodyguard.
I got you.
All right, you got my back there? Great. Offensive line, obviously an important position. Nothing happens without the offensive line. Everybody blocking, doing their thing. What's the important thing, I guess, as a lineman? You know, what the coach says, this is what you've got to do. Where do you see that?
Technique.
Technique?
It's all technique. You got, and how low you are. You got to be lower than the man in front of you. And if you have better technique than the man in front of you, then you're going to win. That's how you win.
And you got to hold the block without getting called for holding, right?
Right, well, yeah.
Maintain as long as you can, especially if it's a passing or to open the gap up for running back there. And who's your position coach there?
Coach Gideon. That's my offensive line coach. That's my guy right there.
He's been with us a long time, so you know what he's doing?
Yeah, more than I do.
And obviously on offense, you ever played defense?
My freshman year, I started at defensive end, and then I started gaining a little bit of gut, so they moved me over to the offensive line. So.
Had to have that gut to push the guys around.
Yeah,
yeah. What other sports do you play here at Bradley, if any?
Track and field, and I think this year I'm going to try out wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Heavyweight, huh?
Yes, sir.
What events in track and field do you play?
Discus, shot put, and that's about it. Just
okay.
Big man stuff.
Big man stuff. Well, in middle school, where'd you go to middle school at?
I went to Lake Forest Middle School.
You play other sports there besides football?
Basketball, track and field, and that was it.
Okay. Well, that's enough to keep you busy.
Yeah.
Tell us about your family, brother, sister, anybody you want to mention?
My sister, Tanisha, she's a counselor over at, I don't remember what the name is. And my mom, of course. But, yeah, that's my family line.
Okay. Well, great. And as far as being a lineman, I know we're getting into the end of the year here. What are you working on to improve your game? I mean, is it watching the film and figuring out what to do, or is it getting stronger in the weight room, or just? It's
a lot of film and a lot of weight room, just to maintain, not trying to gain strength necessarily, but maintaining the strength that I've built up over the year. You know, and film is of course most necessary, especially towards the end of the season. They've seen what you've been doing all season, so you need to see what they've been doing all season, just so you can get a game plan on what you're going to do when you get out there.
Well, and I saw you, I think you were in a big pageant a couple of weeks ago, homecoming queen candidate. I don't think you won first prize, though.
I should have.
You should have. You were pretty beautiful in that, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
And you, not modest or anything, are you? Yeah. And obviously, I've seen you around school here a lot, and you got to be one of the class clowns, you know, I would think.
Keep the smiles. I love making people smile.
But let me ask you this. You're a class clown, but are you maintaining grades in classroom? Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. I'm a 4.0 all-honors student and taking college classes. So, you know, I like to have fun, but at the same time, I like to keep my grades up. So.
Well, I had a 4.0, but I had to add all of my classes together to get to a 4.0, you know. But, you know, that's how I maintain mine. But, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. We got one game left in the regular season, and obviously it is a huge game at McMinn County. Do you guys understand the rivalry that McMinn sees in us when they look at Bradley Central? Because I don't think we look at them the same way sometimes, and they look at us as their most bitter and defined enemy, and especially Friday because the home field playoff game is on the line.
Yeah. This game is bigger than the Cleveland-Bradley game, I think. This is the longest rivalry that we have in the state, and as a team, I think that we're starting to get the mindset that we might not ever get to play in Bear Stadium again as seniors.
Right.
And so, if any time is a great time to lay it all on the line, Friday night is the night. So.
One more question before we wrap up our interview here. 20 years down the road, where do you see Michael Holyfield? What would you like to be doing as a career?
Continue playing football.
Continue playing football.
Yeah,
Talk about higher level, upper each time.
I mean, college football, and then progressing to the NFL if I can. You know, I've been doing this for about 12 years now. It's what I love to do. I love this game.
Speaking of college, you getting some feelers and offers in the places you visited so far?
Some, yes, sir. Berry College, Sewanee, UT Martin, ETSU, and hopefully UTC. So.
Oh, okay. All local schools and good programs there, all of
Yes,
those
sir.
are.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're going to wrap it up for now. It's been Michael Holyfield, our senior, for our Ed Cycles Player of the Week interview, brought to you by Ed Cycles on Key Street down there. Michael, I'd like to thank you for being here. Good luck Friday night. Let's get a win over the Cherokees and bring this home playoff game back to Bradley Central next week.
Yes, sir.
For now, we'll say so long, God bless, and go Bears!